Okay guys, you're in a nutshell with me, Ina. Naku, alam ko marami sa mga kababayan natin talagang malapit na mag-expire ang kanilang mga work permits, hindi pa rin nado-draw, okay, hindi pa rin nakaka-secure ng kanilang PR pathway. Alam niyo ba meron akong bagong, report na nakita 'no. So hindi 'to bagong report, kumbaga updated numbers na lang 'yan. So for the years 2025 to 2026, ang inaasahan ngang mag-e-expire na mga work permits ay mahigit 2 milyon. And for the quarter, itong quarter na 'to, Jan to March 2026, alam niyo kung ilan ang inaasahang, mag-e-expire daw according to IRCC? More than 314,000. That is just for this quarter alone. But let us stress, hindi po ibig sabihin na ganyang dami rin ang ma-out of status. Maaaring yung mga work permit holders na yan, nakapag-transition na sa PR. Yung iba naman, mali mo, naging student ngayon. Yung iba naman, naka-extend to with a LAMIA work permit, yung mga ganyan. Okay, so not necessarily lahat ng yun ay ma-out of status. But definitely, marami 'no, ang talagang medyo malilipasan ng status and now they don't know what to do. Yan ang ating pag-uusapan, lalo na sa mga PGWP holders, yan ang focus natin ngayon, mga naka-PGWP na hindi na alam ang gagawin, nauubusan na ng oras. Welcome back, Dodong B! Okay,
Yeah.
ng Dream Big with Dodong B, diyan po sa Calgary. Welcome back, Brett! Nice to see you again.
Hey, Ina, thank you for having me. And then sa lahat ng mga viewers niyo, kamusta po kayo dyan?
Yan, okay guys yung email ni Dodong B, yung gumagapang diyan sa baba, hello@dreambigwithdodongb.com. Before I start asking questions, alam ko you are reviving your podcast din ano. Saan bang mapapanood yung podcast mo? Facebook
So,
and YouTube or just Facebook?
more on Facebook tsaka YouTube. Tapos we're trying to find our username and password dun sa Spotify. Tapos sila,
Oh, ba?
yes. So, before, I think couple years ago, may presence na kami doon. Tapos naging busy lang kaya hindi kami naging consistent, no? So sabi namin, there's so many things that we can, answer some of the questions through our podcast. Push information. So sabi namin, we'll revive it. So, sana
Oo.
tuloy-tuloy. Yeah.
Kailangan talaga sa totoo lang dumami ang presence ng authorized practitioners on social media. Yung active ba sa pagpapaliwanag, that's very much needed especially at this time na pati ang issue na ito laganap ang misinformation. I always tackle that in the channel. So guys, suportahan nyo rin yung kanilang social media pages. Ayan yung sa Facebook, Dream Big with Dodong B. Dito ko nakikita na sinishare mo yung podcast ninyo ng iyong misis eh. Ayan yung
Yes.
mga ito. Ayan Oo. Nasa bakasyon pa to, nagsushoot pa kayo yata doon.
Yeah. Impromptu. So, basta
Oh.
kung saan yung feel, tapos may magandang topic, shoot agad.
Yan, oo nga. Okay, so that's it Follow nyo guys social media pages ng Dream Big with Dodong B. Okay, now let's go to our topic. Kamusta? Ikaw ba? Have you been receiving clients or hearing from your clients na nako, wala na silang oras? Yung mga PGWP. And what do you usually tell them pag talagang parang nako po, hindi pa sila nado-draw and you don't see it happening for them anytime soon?
Yeah, ang daming lumalapit ngayon sa atin na nagtatanong, no? Kunyari 2 or 3 months na lang yung natitira. Which is very sad kasi syempre, ano pang magagawa mo kung gano'n na lang kaikli, no? Sure, you can probably study again, you can convert to visitor o kaya, somebody can sponsor you through an LMIA, job offer, ganyan. O kaya, baka makatawid ka to spousal, no? Pero nakakalungkot kasi sana during the time na nag-aaral sila
Yeah.
or before pa sila nag-aaral, somehow sana nag-guide sila na mabuti towards the future goal of becoming PR, 'di ba?
Yeah.
Uh, Yun.
At yan ang focus natin ngayon ano. Laging nga nating sinasabi yan, plan early, kailangan pagkuha mo pa lang ng PGWP mo, sad to say 'no, parang mase-stress ka na agad. Iisipin mo na agad dapat sa mga panahon ngayon, yung magiging PR pathway mo. You shouldn't wait for your last year before you try researching saan ka puwede apply. Okay. So, I want Dodong B, Brent, to explain to us, what does proper planning mean?
Okay.
Okay, give us, kailan ba dapat? And how do you do it?
Yeah.
How do you assess your PR chances the moment you get your PGWP?
Okay, so kung sa mga kliyente namin o kaya sa mga lumalapit 'no. So for example, they're currently student, kakasimula pa lang nila mag-aral, ganyan, right? So yung unang tinitingnan namin diyan is what was your profession before coming here? Kasi while you are in school, sure kahit na wala pang masyadong draw under Federal Skilled Worker Program, at least kahit papaano, kung qualified ka tapos may enough work experience ka before, put your profile in. It doesn't
Oh,
matter kung ano yung score mo kasi at least may nakasalang ka na diyan and then you are working towards your permanent residency. Para lang you have that mindset, 'no? And
mm.
then while you are in school, so siyempre kung nasa Vancouver ka man, Toronto or Calgary, dapat pinag-aaralan mo na yung provincial nominee programs ng provinces niyo, right?
Okay.
So that's number one. Kasi habang nasa school ka, habang pinag-aaralan mo, then you know what to do, kung ano yung mga dapat na mga target na jobs mo, right?
Mhm.
Diyan na papasok yung proper networking mo sa mga different companies. You reach out to different companies or maybe a group of friends na who can help you, right?
Okay.
And then you can plan kung ano talaga yung target na occupations para when you graduate, at least may target ka na, right?
Oo.
Um, Tapos ngayon may mga sinasabi ako na kunyari we try to calculate 'no, tapos sabihin ko na aside from this networking and preparation, start looking into how to improve or maybe kahit papaano, start preparing for your English exam. Kasi
Yan.
'di ba yung, 'pag nag-take ka ng English exam that's $300 kaagad 'no.
Mm.
Sure, you're gonna need that when you apply for your postgrad work permit. Pero if you start practicing or start, preparing for it, at least kung mag-take ka nun in the future, sigurado na mataas na agad yung score, 9 or 8 or higher, right? Tapos kung sa tingin mo naman na medyo wala kang experience dati, tsaka medyo alanganin ka sa scores o kaya naman medyo hindi ka sure for provincial nominee, kung kaya mo ipagsabay yung, studies mo tapos yung pag-aaral ng, French,
Oh,
ah
wow, talagang ina-advise yun na rin ano, oo kasi
yes po, kasi habang, mainit pa, habang nasa stage ka na gano'n, ipagsabay-sabay mo na yung max mo na. Kasi when you graduate, tapos mabigyan ka ng 3 years postgrad work permit, sinasabi ko sa kliyente namin, the moment makuha nila yung postgrad or 'pag nag-apply kami ng postgrad work permit, we do proper planning kaagad. Okey, 2028, 2029 ka pa matatapos, then we work backwards. Don't wait till maubos 'to. Ano yung mga puwede mong gawin ngayon?
yeah.
Get a proper job, start to do this, start to do that, para planado. Yan.
Mhm, mhm. Etong sabi mo, get a proper job. I think many people are pressured to get tier 0, tier 1. Ano ba ang katotohanan diyan? Yung kind of job ba, very critical sa mga panahon ngayon? Kailangan ba i-target talaga nila na tier 0, 1 or trades? Ano ba, better chances of getting drawn for PR?
So siyempre, you always wanna base it from the, high priority or in demand ng overall ng Canada. So that's number one, 'no? If you can get a job within those sectors, so sure, potentially,
Mm,
there's a really good chance, 'no? And not only that 'no, especially sa mga postgrad work permit holders na may mga kasamang family,
yeah.
talagang mandatory either 0 or 1 or, 2 or 3, selected 2 or 3, right?
Mhm,
It's very challenging talaga ngayon, Ina, kasi una, napakataas ng unemployment rate natin, right?
hmm,
Ah, Tapos 'yun ang sinasabi ng Canada, prioritize, locals, yung PRs or citizen. So that's one.
mm.
So tayo naman na mga students, mga temporary permit holders, we are also competing with the Canadian market, no? Kaya it's very important na the moment you get here, put yourself in a situation na where you can really network as much as you can. You know, instead na pag nag-school ka, pag may weekends, kung wala kang trabaho, find ways to talk to people, join events, join sports club or networking events kasi that is where you find employer. And not
Oo.
only that, no, pag nagko-co-op program ka na, no, pakitang gilas ka talaga, show what you've got na para when you graduate, pwede ka nila ma-absorb. Actually, maraming na-absorb ngayon na they're very lucky kasi because of what they've shown during that, testing program or,
Mhm.
OJT nila. Yeah.
Yan, okay. So that is for job hunting. Yung selection of province, do you find it that sometimes, Brent, may mga international students na kapag nakagraduate, you realize that, I think your skills are better, is a better profile for this certain province kasi yung skills mo doon, mas kailangan ba? Yeah. Can you give us an idea? Meron bang mga parang probinsya na kilala to have a fairly good chance for ITs or for finance people, mga accountants? May ganun ka bang ma-share with us?
Oh yeah, especially dito sa Alberta, no, meron silang mga tech sector na sa IT, na naka-focus, no.
Okay.
Um, pero one thing na kailangan natin i-consider din, no, the allocations kasi of each provinces per category. Hindi naman natin pwede ma-advise agad, okay, dahil IT ka or nasa healthcare ka, lipat ka dito, lipat doon. One thing na parati kong sinasabi is, even before moving muna sa isang probinsya, try to maximize muna dito. So for example, let's say nasa Toronto ka, sa Vancouver, Saskatchewan. Kung sa tingin mo na once you have your 3 years postgrad work permit, tapos wala talagang movement for the next 6, 8 months or 1 year,
Okay.
maybe start taking a look at other provinces. Kasi, so syempre pag international student graduate ka, mas priority ka ng probinsya mo kasi doon ka nag-aral.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Pero kung wala talaga, that is where you look at other provinces. Ang isa sa mga sinasuggest namin Janina, habang nag-aaral ka pa, start sending your resumes as many as you can, no? Sa
Even
different
outside provinces na rin.
even
Pwede ba
outside.
yun? Oo.
Pwede, oo.
Oh, okay.
And then before moving to a province, parati ko sinasuggest to, take a look at two things. Una, dapat solid yung job offer, right? Pangalawa, dapat alam ni employer mo on how to support you towards provincial nominee or program for PR. Kasi if those two things answered or checked, that is your determining factor no na should I move there, right?
Okay.
Lahat naman ng mga provinces ngayon talagang naka nakatingin sa priority skills or demand ng overall Canada right?
Mm-hmm.
Healthcare is needed everywhere. Kahit naman yung IT, of course, except sa mga Atlantic provinces and all that, right? Pero majority of the jobs right now are in demand everywhere. Ang problema lang, hindi lang ikaw yung nag-apply. There's so many people that
Correct.
are applying. Allocations are so little. And then the requirements are so high, yung mga scores, right?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Kaya, yun.
Okay, oo, sabi mo kailangan solid job offer ano, tsaka marunong, maalam si employer kung paano yung sinasabing magiging supportive siya sa iyong PR application. Pero Brent, let's be real, ang dami rin na malalakas ang loob na lumilipat kahit wala pang job offer.
That's
Would
right.
you would you be okay with that? Kunyari pa naman, kakakuha lang niya ng PGWP na let's say may 3 years. Yung parang talagang, hindi, lilipat na ako, malabo na. Nasa Toronto ako, for example. I'll just move to somewhere less populated. Bahala na. Okay lang ba sa'yo yun bilang consultant?
Of course. I mean, at the end of the day, syempre, you always wanna put them in a less risk situation, diba? So you explain, right? Pero kung gusto talaga mag-move ni the PGWP holder doon, at least nasabi mo sa kanya yung pros and cons. At the
Right.
end of the day, they will decide on their own kung paano. Meron din namang iba na wala talaga mahanap dito nung lumipat sila. Then saka sila nagkaroon ng opportunity to apply for the provincial nominee and then eventually na nominate. Syempre, another factor dyan, tama ka na dapat you have enough time uh, para mag-navigate towards any options doon. Pero
Mhm.
kung sakali na, 3 months, 2 months ka na lang,
Naku po,
it's very hard.
malabo na. Oo. Okay. Moving to rural provinces early
Mhm.
on. Okay, guys, ang context early on. Okay. Would you is it still advisable or would you say that rural provinces are also medyo napupuno na rin ngayon?
Well, tama ka, napupuno. So that's one. And then second is, kumbaga, we always wanna base it on facts, no? Na
Mm.
kung mag-move ba ako doon, kamusta ba yung trend ng program nila? Kung may enough pa ba na slots sa rural, kung sino ba may mga hiring doon, no?
Mhm.
May pinuntahan kami isang malit na town, malapit dito. Nakapost lahat ng hiring na companies doon. So, okay, fine. Tingnan natin. So, we knocked on doors on every of those companies. Tapos, we just found out na lahat na pala yun filled up na right away.
Oo.
Um, Maybe because they have somebody already inside, the mga foreign workers, na they're trying to support towards the program. So sabi ko, okay, naka-post pala, pero hindi naman pala talaga open, right?
Right.
Maybe during those early times, we don't know kung paano na, right?
Yeah.
Uh,
Oo.
pero moving there early, it could be a good option. Pero you just have to really check talaga kung kamusta, weigh the risk, and then
Yeah.
if there's enough time. Yeah.
Oo. I think talaga no, time, okay, is the most important factor sa ngayon. Wala
Yeah.
namang problema siguro yung mga willing gawin, eh. Parang wala akong duda sa kung ano ang willing gawin ng mga kababayan natin. It's just that them running out of time.
Time talaga.
What is at this point ang masasabi mong na, short ka na sa time? Dati kasi, years ago, I think a year and a half, sasabihin, "Oh, we still have a lot of time, makakahanap ka pa ng PR pathway." Noon yun. Okay, is that still applicable? Ano na ngayon ang masasabi mong, if you have this time left on your permit, kailangan mo na mag-change strategy?
Well,
Meron ka bang ganong at least ballpark figure, mga ganon ba?
yung kasi minsan, kung talagang wala ng option, you really have to be honest with them, eh. That's
Oo.
it, no? Some of them are trying to apply for dummy permits just to extend time, right?
Mhm, mhm.
It's happening para lang makaipon sila. Minsan we tell them na 'pag wala na talaga, then that's it. You try to maximize your score sa express entry mo, right? Maybe try to convert to visitor. Yun nga lang, hindi ka na makakapagtrabaho.
Yeah.
Or maybe somebody's gonna sponsor you through LMIA or maybe spousal. Pero
Mm.
kung sa tingin natin ng mga 3 months, 2 months, that's very critical na talaga.
Mm.
Meron kami naging client na 2 months before siya ma-expire, nilagay namin siya sa provincial nominee. So ito,
Eh?
kaka-invite lang sa
Oh,
kanya.
umabot!
Yeah, so,
Wow!
by prayers talaga siguro na napagbigyan siya. So, pag na-submit mo yung nomination mo or yung provincial nominee PR application mo, then somehow, may chance ka to apply for your bridging open work permit, right? It saves
Yeah.
you that application. Pero
Mhm.
kung yun nga, na sana sa mga nakikinig ngayon na if you are a graduate ngayon or may kakilala kayo, don't be so relaxed na, later na natin gawin yan, right?
Mhm.
Kung kaya nating may magawa as early as now, talk to as many consultants, mga professionals na para mag-guide kayo, do it kasi time is our constraint dito, eh. Yun yung kalaban natin.
Oo nga, eh. Una mong nabanggit kanina yung French ano,
Hmm,
I know, but I heard pati nga yung French classes ngayon nagpupuluan na rin para may mga waitlist na rin.
yeah.
Because guys, I think if anything, itong French, draws, basta proficient ka 'no, yan yung continuously mukhang maraming kukunan. Tsaka yung allocation diyan, siya lang yata yung natatanging dumadami until 2028.
Yeah.
Oo, kamusta diyan sa Calgary ang ano, mga French exams? Ay, French, lessons rather.
Well, actually last week we had an interview with one of our close friend
Mhm.
na actually ano siya, nabunot na siya for express entry nung 2-3 weeks ago na draw.
Oh.
Pero during that time, pinag-French ko talaga siya kahit na maganda na yung score niya. So
Okey.
during our conversation sa kanya last week, so sabi ko, kamusta yung buhay as a student ng French into your 4th month na, ano, na experience na? So sabi niya, una, you really have to want it. Kailangan very motivated ka talaga. Kasi sabi niya, ang hirap. The way you
Oh.
talk, the way you speak, the way you write, iba talaga. Let alone, English nga, bali-baliko pa tayo. How much more?
Oo nga naman.
Tapos yun, pag ginusto mo na, now the structure comes after. Ano yung mga resources na pwede mo puntahan? May mga free Facebook groups ba dyan? Ano ba yung type ng learning comprehension mo? Can you learn it with a class or on your own? Siyempre, with a class, it's cheaper. On your own, basically, with a tutor, mas mahal.
Mhm. Yeah.
Tapos, ifa-factor in mo dyan yung trabaho mo, yung oras mo, yung para sa mga anak mo, sa pamilya mo, di ba? Kaya ang dali lang minsan natin sabihin, uy, mag-take ka ng French. Pero syempre, hindi siya gano'n kadali.
Yeah, yeah.
Nung 6 months, hindi siya, it won't cut it.
Mahirap, oo.
You have to
Oh,
do it longer. Yeah.
oh, sige. But of course, bahala kayo. That is an option if you really want it. Yun na nga, kailangan, motivated ka kung kukunin mo yan ano. O last na lang.
Yeah.
Okay, eto na Brent, talagang wala na. Okay, ma-expire na. They have to leave. Have you encountered anyone 'no, na talagang uuwi na lang pero determined to come back to Canada? Meron bang ano, gano'n? And I mean, is going home to re-strategize really a bad idea? Hindi rin naman, 'di ba?
No. No.
Oo.
Yun lang, kung wala na talaga, you just have to be honest sa client na I think that's it, right? Pero
Mhm.
siyempre, hangga't may kaya pang gawin, do those options. Pero kung wala na talaga, then, pero kung may nakasalang ka na, express entry, kahit na nasa Philippines ka, potentially pwede ka pa rin na ma-invite right?
Oo.
Yung iba naman, ang sinasabi namin 'pag umuwi sila, maybe gain more, experience, 'yan.
Oo.
Um, Wala,
Yeah,
we're tough times ngayon yung immigration natin, eh.
correct.
Um, Wala.
Iyon, pero siyempre, it's case to case basis ano. Ang hirap actually, I'm putting Brent on the spot because it's different case on yan, again, on a case to case basis. But I hope, okay, this episode at least gives you an idea. Ang target natin dito ay yung mga bago pa lang sa kanilang PGWP journey because the reality is ang hirap talaga mag-advise ng general, parang tips sa mga nawawalan na nauubusan na rather ng oras. Okay. So guys, let us learn from what happened, from what is happening right now rather. Okay, proper planning and plan early. Don't waste any time. Okay. Thanks so much, Brent. Again, guys, dream big with Dodong B. Teka, i-up ko ulit yung Facebook. At may YouTube din sila ha. So, i-check nyo rin yan. Asa na ba ako? Ano ba yan? Teka muna. Everyone ba tong episodes ninyo? Is it regular na ba? Or
Yeah,
kung
we're,
kailan
ano,
lang meron?
we're planning to do it every week.
Oh,
We really wanna be
nice.
consistent, yeah.
Okay, ito. Yan. Oh, guys. Dream Big with Dodong B is in Calgary, but he can help you out kahit wala kayo sa Calgary. I-email nyo lang siya dyan sa email na gumagapang sa baba. Okay. So, thank you again, Brent. We will end this episode here. I'll see you guys in the next one.
Yeah.
Bye!